Washington XL 92.5 FM.
All right, welcome in. Glad you're with us along for the ride on this Tuesday installment of our little program here, brought to you by the Nimnick family of dealerships. Frangie and Carline, JJ LaSelva with you, getting closer and closer to, I won't say a real football game, but like a football something against another team. Preseason game is what they call it. It's kind of a collection of players who play for both teams. But I'll take it. Yeah. I'm okay with it.
And look, it's not the book isn't closed on what we will see.
Yeah.
Liam Cohen is, by his own admission, is saying he sort of, keeps, sort of changing his mind on what he wants to do with it. He acknowledged that after practice today, and I thought it was interesting. He's going to talk with Mike Tomlin, and get a sense from the Steelers coach as to
what they're going to do.
So, I normally wouldn't be fond of that, but for a first preseason game, I think it's fine to get, some idea of what the opponent, what they're trying to get out of it as well. It feels like they're leaning towards not playing significant players.
Right.
But we'll see when it arrives. I honestly, I doubt Liam Cohen is spending too much time thinking about it this afternoon, because it was a tough practice today. It was probably the worst practice that they've had. And so I would imagine that his, most of his efforts this afternoon are figuring out exactly why that happened.
Yeah, and let me say this, too, about Friday night, or Saturday night. I keep saying Friday night, about Saturday night. The decision, you're not trying to decide whether or not Trevor Lawrence is going the distance. You're trying to decide whether he gets a series. So by 6 minutes left in the first quarter, neither team's going to have, this is my opinion, neither team's going to have many starters in the game. So what you're talking about is, do you let them go out there, get warmed up, hand off a few times in a series, or do you not do that at all? I think that's it. We know Aaron Rodgers isn't playing. I say that. I don't follow that. I can't believe Aaron Rodgers is going to play in the game.
Yeah, I mean, there is a little bit of mystery around the league as to what teams are going to do. Cincinnati's Zach Taylor has said his starters are going to play several series in the course of the preseason, not necessarily in the opener. But Cincinnati started 0-3 last year and then 1-4. And so they're trying to find ways to get off to a quicker start, and they rested everybody last year. So, it's going to be interesting to see what the 32 clubs decide. But it feels like they were leaning towards the Jaguars probably not playing. But then again, it's like, but you had a terrible Tuesday, terrible. At least on the offensive side. The defense was good. But we had talked about both sides had been pretty good. There weren't a lot of handing things over on a silver platter. Well, today the offense handed it to the defense on a silver platter. And so, does that alter your thinking? Well, I'm sure if you're Liam Cohen, you want to see tomorrow I'm assuming was scheduled to be a very physical, high impact day. Today they did a ton of 11-on-11 today.
Yeah, they did.
So I would think tomorrow the plan has always been for that to be a physically demanding practice. And then once he sees how they respond and how they execute, then maybe at that point he makes his decision with the staff on what to do for Saturday.
Yeah, I would be surprised if there's one bad practice in 10, you overreact too much. There's 10 practices. There's going to be another 10 before you play, or 15 before you play a football game. What you don't want is a pattern of bad practices. You can have a bad practice,
right?
So I wouldn't think. We'll see how they respond to it. But I will say this: I was encouraged when some of the defensive guys play better, because my fear is it's going to be an offensive team, not a defensive team. So that is my fear. That another play by Jordan Lewis. Boy, he's a good player.
He's sensational. You're having a sensational camp.
Yeah, he's a good player, man. I will tell you, I'm going to go through this in our first segment. I'm going to go through where I think the competition is. Okay, I'm going to go every position where I think the competition is, who's in it, and who we think will win the battle. Okay, there's not that many. There's real competition.
There's not, but some positions are getting cloudier. Yeah, like the offensive line is cloudier than I think it was 10 days ago.
I do too. In my mind, The only thing that's clouded the offensive line, is Patrick McCary, his missed time, and with him out, Chuma Edoga's played very well. That's what's clouded it. Now, right guard is cloudy. I think right guard is legitimately cloudy now. I think for that reason. So I got it on here. So we're gonna go through the list.
It's gotten cloudy because of a good problem.
Yeah, that's right.
But it is. I think I would not have a lot of confidence picking the starting left tackle through right tackle for the Carolina Panthers right now.
Yeah. I hear you. I think if we pick Little, Cleveland, Hainsey, McCary, Anton Harrison, there's probably a pretty good chance we're right. But your point is you wouldn't put a lot of money on it. That's kind of the point.
And again, McCary is a guy, right guard is where he has played the least in this league. And we just assumed it because we knew Brandon Sheriff was moving on. So we knew they needed a new right guard. But if Chuma Edoga is really making a strong push to be the starting right guard, Macari's making too much to just be a backup. He's going to play somewhere, and he has significant experience at right tackle. He's played left guard. He's played center. And he's played left tackle more than he has played right guard. So, he has shown he can play any of the five. So now it's, it makes you wonder. I think there's a lot of ways it could go.
And I think there's a number of those positions that I think today. And again, we're going to go through every one of them. I'm going to go through every position. I'm going to try and get through every position that we think might be up for grabs and talk about, who might win the job, who we think will win the job. Beyond who we think might win the job, how long they'll have the job, and what does the competition remain. So we got a lot to. We'll talk some Jaguar football. You're going to hear from Foyer Oluokun, the terrific middle linebacker, another terrific Hayes Carline one-on-one. That comes up in just a little bit. We're going to talk about some other fun stuff. Teddy Bridgewater back in the league, and he's going to the Bucs. Does that affect Kyle Trask adversely? You have to believe that it will. I got a baseball thought or two. Luka's got a new contract. We'll get to that. I got a college football thought or two as well. We got a lot to do. Glad you're with us. It's an Nimnick Tuesday. This is 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
The Frangie Show from the Harrell and Harrell studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
There's a key that opens a very special door. The Jaguars locker room. Go in the locker room with Hayes Carline to get closer to the Jags. Unlocked by Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors.
Jeff Lagerman for Napa Auto Care Centers. This football season, make sure your ride can get to that tailgate or travel to the away game safely and dependably. You can trust the ASE certified professionals at any one of the 29 independently owned Napa Auto Care Centers and the quality Napa parts they use. Napa Auto Care Centers can handle everything. Oil changes, air conditioning, brakes, engines, transmissions. Napa Auto Care Centers offers a nationwide 24-month, 24,000-mile peace of mind warranty on most repairs. Find one near you at jacksnapaautocare.group.com.
This is Mike Lynch, PGA Golf Professional. Take it from me. If you're dealing with an orthopedic issue, talk to the doctors at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, where you're treated like a pro.
This is Dr. Kevin Murphy with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, where athletes are treated like pros. Thanks to all of you who have allowed us to be part of your recovery. Call us at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists if you ever have a need.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Fish know where to hide. Captain Kevin knows how to find them.
That's a big one.
Listen for the Ring Power Fishing Forecast Show, brought to you by Awaken 180 Weight Loss and Royal Pest Services.
Thursday nights at 6
on 1010XL AM.
Now this is how you end a summer. Under the lights, surrounded by history. The driver's last shot at the playoffs. Your last chance to see regular season action. Friday night, Xfinity lights the fuse. Saturday night, the Cup Series delivers the fireworks. This is Daytona. This is everything. NASCAR weekend at Daytona International Speedway, August 22nd and 23rd. Get your tickets now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
Frank Frangie here. These days, it's hard to know which companies to trust. But when it comes to banking, I trust South State Bank. South State truly values its customers, and they work hard to create meaningful, lasting relationships. I love going into my local branch. I see the same smiling faces I've seen for years. South State is the largest bank headquartered in Florida, so they're able to offer all the banking services you need. You can trust South State Bank. Banking Forward. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
I'm Holt Harrell with Harrell & Harrell. Choosing a law firm after an accident is an important decision. With so many messages, we know it can all sound the same. At Harrell & Harrell, we believe what sets us apart is our commitment to you. We'll help you find doctors to get you better, and we'll work hard to maximize any recovery. Visit our website and look at our reviews to see how we've helped people just like you make this important decision. Harrell & Harrell. Offices, Jacksonville.
Frank Frangie here for my friend and insurance agent, Craig Dewhurst. Craig has been helping families on the First Coast with their insurance needs for 25 years as your good neighbor and local State Farm agent. Now's a great time to review your insurance policies, whether you need auto, homeowners, or renter's insurance, or insurance for your golf cart, boat, or jet skis. Craig handles all of my family's insurance needs, and even better, he gives back to the community. Call Craig today at 904-940-9740. That's 904-940-9740.
In a world where chains seem to take over, it's awesome to have a locally owned retailer who's only focused on Jacksonville. Beard's Diamonds is your example. Hick and here, you know, all those other jewelers in the town center, they're owned by big Wall Street companies. Beard's Diamonds, local. Man, the Lupos have been serving our area for more than 40 years, and Beards run circles around the big chains. They got a massive diamond inventory, all shapes and sizes, all the top bridal brands. Beards has the strongest warranties, and if you ever did have an issue, you can deal directly with the owner, not layers of middle managers. Beards wins on price every day, most importantly. They don't have extra markups to please Wall Street or pay commission salespeople. In fact, Beards guarantees to beat any national chain store on price. Don't buy anywhere until you get a second opinion at Beards. I'm sure you'll get a bigger, better quality diamond for your money, and it'll be backed by local folks with integrity and local accountability. Don't buy a diamond in Jacksonville without seeing your best option at Beards Diamonds at the St. John's Town Center.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
It's a Nimnick Tuesday on The Frangie Show. Nimnick, your friends in the car business since 1941.
I've been buying my cars from Nimnick since 1982. Bill Nimnick Jr., God rest his soul, showed me how to buy a car. I've told that story many times. And I think that's why I'm so connected to them. I trusted him. I didn't know what to do. My dad had passed away. My mom never drove. So certainly she didn't know much about buying a car. I had some friends that they'd coached me that knew a little bit about it, but I didn't know what I was doing. And I went to Nimnick, and Bill Nimnick Jr. taught me how to buy a car and treated me right. And goodness, I've been buying my cars from Nimnick ever since. If you want a company you can really trust, those folks at Nimnick. I'm friends with a whole bunch of the family members now, and they're good friends, and I like them and I trust them. There's a reason Nimnick has been the name in all these years, and it's been the place you go to buy. They're very involved in sports in our city. So head to Nimnick Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue. Head to Nimnick Buick GMC on Phillips Highway. I mean that very sincerely. You can always trust them. Frangie, Carline, LaSelva with you on this Tuesday installment of the program. Let's talk some Jaguars football. I think Foyer Oluokun's one solid cat. You know that, Hayes? I think he is you know what you're getting. He's a phenomenal tackler. He's got a great first step. It's still comical that of all the things they did last year, having Trayvon and Josh Hines-Allen gain weight, having Devin Lloyd gain weight, the most comical decision Ryan Nielsen made as the defensive coordinator was to move Foyer Oluokun from middle linebacker to Will because he played better in space than Devin Lloyd. I understand the logic, but when you've got one of the best tackling middle linebackers in the league, it's almost like taking the best shortstop in the big leagues, the best fielding shortstop in the big leagues, and moving him to center field because he's fast. Well, he's the best fielding shortstop in the big leagues. Okay? You had the best tackling middle linebacker in the league, and you moved him to will linebacker because he runs fast. Crazy to me.
It really was. Yeah, Foyer Oluokun had 192 tackles his final year in Atlanta. He led the league. His first year in Jacksonville 3 years ago, he had 184 tackles, led the league. Had 173 tackles in 2023, which did not lead the league, but was very high. He did lead in solo tackles that year with 111. And then last year, it plummets to 108. I mean, 65 fewer. Now, he played in 4 fewer games because I think it was just he went through a litany of stuff last year that he tried to play through, but did miss 4 games. But still, I mean, it never made sense.
Let's take Ozzie Smith
and the other
and
thing
move him
too
to
is
center field because he runs fast.
And what a great way to start losing the confidence in your players. I mean, and that wasn't the only thing, but again, I'm sure that decision wasn't met with when Ryan Nielsen left the room and dismissed the meeting. I can't imagine that everybody on defense was like, "Oh yeah, this makes perfect sense."
No.
So it just was tough from the start, and now it's a different vision of Jaguars football. Anthony Campanile has got him back to his usual spot in Foyer Oluokun 2 days removed from his 30th birthday. Yeah, it looks great. Looks like he's ready to get right back to leading the league in tackles.
Back where he belongs and having a very good camp. Foyer Oluokun, the subject of this Hayes Carlyon one-on-one.
Now, Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors takes you in the locker room.
We're pleased to be joined with Jaguars inside linebacker Foyer Oluokun here on 1010XL 92.5 FM. Man, it's great to see you. How you doing?
Good, man. Another practice under the belt. Love getting out here working with the boys, trying to get better myself, and gearing up for that first preseason game now.
Absolutely. Happy belated birthday. Did you have a nice birthday?
Yeah, I was chilling for real. It's in the middle of the camp. I'm kind of used to that, but I think it being my 30th, people showed me like some extra love. Somebody sent me a cake. My little league coach sent me a cake to my facility. Oh, that's awesome. They all cut it up. Ricky sang to me, so that was really cool. I'm not used to celebrating my birthday, so that was cool.
I haven't talked to you since the latest edition of The Hunt came out, but that was so much fun watching you with the Iron Jaguar games. And what was that experience like for you, Foyer?
It was so fun. I just love competing, and I love getting people. I'm an instigator, I say. So, I do take competition seriously. I'll be joking, but I'll be serious. So just get everybody's best competitive edge. And obviously my team won, if you saw the episode. I kind of liked everybody hating on it, but it was fun. Good to get together as a group, and I think got the whole team closer and ready to compete for camp.
What was it like? What was your best pick when you go back and review it from the GM chair? What pick made the biggest difference?
I was really picking because I picked people who had I went around and asked everybody's body comp. And if they told me that their body comp was good, I didn't want them because I wanted people that wanted to work to get that stuff down. So that's why people were laughing at me because that didn't really affect the games. But that ended up being my best picks, those linemen. So Mason, Cole, Chuma was on my team, and Dennis was on my team at the time. So those guys really carried us through the competition. The only one we struggled with was Barhang, but I told them we just can't get last, and we didn't. So it carried us through the whole competition.
Boy, now getting a couple weeks into camp, what do you feel like is a strength of this defense right now?
Our energy. We got some good vets, too, with a lot of good energy, pushing everybody every day. Got some playmakers now. We're able to get our eyes back to the ball. Jordan's been making plays all camp. Eric's been very steady back there. Corner's been very competitive on the edge, so I'm liking it. And up front, they know what they're doing. They're playing a little bit faster. We got to do a good job taking the double teams off of them, letting them make plays for us. And then when we rush forward, we got to get to the quarterback. So I'm excited to see what we can come together and do as a group, surprise some people this year.
Yeah, Jordan Lewis has really been outstanding. What kind of instinct and intelligence does he bring to the defense?
As a nickel, you got to be very savvy. You got to know the game. I think he knows football a lot. He knows football. He's playing, similar systems or whatever, but he's brought what he's learned from the past to the game, and, he's able to recognize routes quick, and he's still got great twitch, and he's a very physical player. I like playing with him, and very dependable for me. So, ball's going his way. I know he knows what to do.
What's Anthony Campanile like as a teacher?
He demands the best from you, and I like that. Talking about that competitive edge, he demands it every day. When it's lacks even a little bit, he's on us. He's on us very heavily. So I say, Ben Sand, you take a little bit of the personality of the coach. I think that the energy is very good for us, high energy, very big dog mentality. But we got to bring it every day and exert our dominance every day.
You guys have had some attrition at the defensive tackle spot with Armstead and Mason Smith. What's it been like not having those two out there, and how's that position coming along in terms of stopping the run?
It's been, I like the fact that the young guys are trying to step up as much as possible. They're coached the same way as Eric and Mason, so it's about their growth right now, and they're trying to do stuff the right way every play. and on us to help them out as well. Whatever's tough for them, making their down easier as linebackers. You know, when we recognize plays, go shoot those gaps, getting those blocks off of them. But they're growing very rapidly as young guys, and I'm expecting them to keep growing all the way through the preseason. But it's good for them right now.
Seems like you guys are doing a good job in terms of trying to punch the ball out. Is that been a heightened emphasis?
Turnovers, man. Turnovers win you ball games. Turnovers give you a good season. Turnovers, you know, get you paid as well. So as a defense, if you lead in turnovers, you're probably going to have a great season. Stats show that, but you have to have the mindset for it, thinking the ball all the time. Multiple people punching at the ball. You know, the ball's going to be loose for the guy they can't see. And the runners don't run as hard. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's all good. Everybody getting their mindset on getting that ball, and it's going to come to us.
How beneficial has your presence been for a player like Travis Hunter, a rookie, trying to do both things from a communication and kind of learning what his assignments are?
I think I like watching him at first. I think him watching me, maybe just getting that kind of calm mindset, you know, understanding that it's about the team more than him. Obviously, he's a great player, phenomenal, all that, gets all the attention. But it's when he comes to defense, about the team and doing his job the right way. I don't really care about nothing else when he steps on our side of the ball. But obviously, I want him to make all the plays that come to him and be the great player that he is. But really, the expectation is for him to, you know, come in, you know, not miss a beat and be able to do his job. So 11 is 1 is what we kind of preach. And when he sees me, I'm not no rah-rah, boastful guy. Just doing 11 is 1, and then everybody celebrate off of that.
Foyer Oluokun, thank you so much for your time. Great seeing you.
Appreciate you.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it was good catching up with Foyer. I always enjoy talking with him. He's a pro's pro, like a lot of the guys, the veteran leaders that this team has. And look, I mean, he's been one of the best free agent signings that this organization has had in the last decade. I mean, he has we'll see if maybe by the time he leaves here, he's got a good case as one of the best ever in franchise history. But he's had 2 really good years here. And again, last year, it wasn't necessarily awful. It was just he was just played out of position, as you referenced. So should be an exciting year for Foyer Oluokun, and he's certainly a critical part to not just the communication piece, but but the production piece.
Yeah, all right. And when we come back after the break, I want to get into the competition, where the jobs, where there's competition, where there's not. But a couple other thoughts about today's practice. Number one, Jordan Lewis keeps showing up. Great diving interception today. Really, and I can tell you talk to the people in that building, they're very impressed with him. I mean, really.
So Lewis makes that pick, and Marcus Pollard, who obviously big-time tight end in his day and has been with the organization for many years now as sort of player development, Jordan Lewis makes this sensational pick again today. Marcus Pollard looks up at Gladstone and Baselli up in the bird's nest there and just says, "Great addition."
Marcus hilarious. But he's going to really help them. I will say Josh Cephas keeps showing up.
Yeah, another bomb today from Wolford.
The 5th receiver. That was a great throw, Johnny Wolford to Cephas. I think the running backs have looked good. And I do. And again, we'll get to some of the specific competitions because that's one of the rooms I'm going to talk about. But I am going to make an adjustment to something I've said earlier. And now I feel very confident in this, and I can't believe I'm even going to say this. I was asked, like you were, 10,000 times how they're going to use Travis Hunter. And all of us, if we were being honest, the answer was, we don't know because we're not sure they know. You know, he can do both. Where I landed was more offense than defense. He'll be a starter on offense. He's in the 3 wide receiver set, which is what everybody plays to start the game these days. He will play on every offensive series. He will play defense on get off the field downs, 3rd down, 4th down, red zone downs, late in the game, late in the half. That's a narrative that I have come to believe and had come to believe for the whole time. And I said we're not going to know, and we're still not going to know, by the way. And we're really not going to know till Carolina gets here. You know, Pittsburgh, New Orleans, and Miami aren't going to help you much. They're preseason games. So we're still not going to know for a while. But I will tell you, I'm going to amend my thinking. I think he's the starter at both spots. As crazy as that sounds, I think he's the starter on both spots. So help me, think about this. If you're a starter on offense, okay, that doesn't mean you're in every play. On 3rd and a yard and a half, you're not in because it's a 3 tight end set, right? So there's situations where you're not in the game, okay? And everybody rotates in and out. So you're a starter. Brian Thomas Jr. doesn't play every play. He's out of the game on short yard.
No receiver in the NFL does.
Correct. So on offense, the average game's what, 62 plays? I think it's 62. 60. Yeah. I think the number is, in recent years, the average team runs 62 offensive plays. So he plays 50, right? 45, 50, okay, on offense. Okay, on defense, short yardage, he's not in. 3rd and a yard, 3rd and a half yard, he's not in. When you're way ahead, he's not in. So let's say he plays 45 on defense. Stay with me here. That's 90 plays, 95 plays. Bro, he was playing 150 in college. I think and then they released their depth chart, the unofficial depth chart, and he was listed as a starter on offense, and he was listed as a backup or an or on defense, right? But I think when Carolina gets off the plane from Charlotte on Saturday, does a little walkthrough, gets a good night rest at the Omni. I have no idea where they're staying. I just said that. Shows up the next day, goes through warm-ups, and then we have kickoff at 1:04 Eastern. I think if the Panthers win the toss and defer and the Jags have the ball first, he's in the 3 wide receiver set. I think if the Jags win the toss and defer and the Panthers and Cam Little kicks one halfway to Fernandina and the Panthers start at their 35-yard line, which is where it is this year, by the way, I think he's starting at cornerback. I really believe that. I want to take a break. When we come back, I want to go through this position by position thing. But I think he's a full-time player both ways. I never believed it would really be that. Now I think it is. We'll talk more after this. Stay with us.
The Frangie Show from the Harrell and Harrell studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
Rotator cuff injuries are common among athletes and those who have physically demanding careers. Don't let this injury keep you away from the sport you love. Dr. George Bari here, and the first thing you need to do with a serious shoulder injury is to diagnose where the damage is and how significant it is. Rotator cuff tears are either acute tears sustained during an injury or accident, or degenerative tears. If you're interested in learning more about rotator cuff repair and how our expert team of orthopedic surgeons can help you, call Bari Orthopedics today or visit BariOrthopedics.com.
For over 55 years, Green Acres Sporting Goods has proudly served Jacksonville from the corner of Normandy and Hammond Boulevard. From archery to hunting and fishing, they've got the gear, service, and know-how to get you outdoor ready. Stop by their full-service archery pro shop and check out their wide selection of firearms. And while you're there, sign up for their weekly concealed weapon classes. You can find it all at greenacresporting.com.
Hello, all you Jacksonville sports fans. Don here from Taco Lou. If you're in the mood for some great tacos, cold Dos Equis, maybe even a sip of some fine tequila, then the Lou is calling your name. Come out to Jack's Beach and experience what many have dubbed the #1 taco in the 904. There are plenty of great taco joints in town, and we're proud to have been around for this long, and we have only you, the fine people of Jacksonville, to thank for helping us grow and become who we are today. Cheers to you, Jacksonville, and thank you from the Lou crew. Taco Lou in Jacksonville Beach.
Frank Frangie here for Stanley Pools. If you're dreaming of putting in a pool this year, choosing the right company is the most important decision you'll make. I've trusted Stanley Pools to build my pool, renovate my pool, and maintain my pool. Stanley Pools has been the best in the business since 1988, and they're still family owned. Call them today at 904-269-7277 or find them online at StanleyPoolsFL.com. That's Stanley Pools, a family tradition of fine swimming pools.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Hey, school's in session, and here's today's lesson. We have hundreds of certified vehicles to choose from, starting as low as $89.99. Plus, they come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile peace of mind warranty and free oil changes. That means you and your soon-to-be drivers will be protected. Plus, every purchase allows us to fund teachers' projects for the entire school year. Your next assignment, get to Beaver Toyota in St. Augustine, Beaver Chevrolet in Jacksonville, or Beaver Mitsubishi in St. Augustine. We're here to wow you and our teachers.
Hey, it's Joe C. When was the last time you flushed out your water heater? Flushing a water heater each year improves its efficiency and extends its lifespan. So call Roland Reese Plumbing for a routine water heater flush out and any other plumbing needs. 260-7059. Roland Reese Plumbing.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
Looking to elevate your game night experience? Look no further than Best Bet. We're not just a card room, we're your destination for excitement, fun, and big wins. Whether you're a seasoned player or new to the game, we have something for everyone. Join us at Best Bet Jacksonville, Orange Park, or St. Augustine for thrilling tournaments, exciting promotions, and a vibrant atmosphere that will take your game night to the next level. Elevate your game night at Best Bet. Visit bestbetjacks.com to learn more. That's bestbetjacks.com.
Family owned and managed for 20 plus years, Hidden Hills Golf Club boasts a unique and welcoming atmosphere. Visit us at hiddenhillsgc.com to book your next round on our Arnold Palmer signature course. You'll be glad you did.
New and pre-owned firearms are in stock at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach. Want a new sidearm or rifle? Brands like Kimber, Smith & Wesson, 6 Hour, Beretta. No lines, no hassle. Only at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, Hammer Time with Hayes. Driven by Kia on Atlantic. Southside Kia is now Kia on Atlantic. Check us out at KiaOnAtlantic.com.
I would say calm down and take a deep breath in terms of the concern and angst involving Eric Armstead, Mason Smith, the offensive line, any sort of Jaguars issue. I would say take a deep breath because I'm guilty of this too. It feels like they've been in camp forever. And it feels like, well, we've been in camp forever. Obviously, the season's getting ready to start. We're still a month and 2 days from the opener. So there is plenty of time for this to get settled. Even with Eric Armstead, I honestly think he could wait 2 more weeks before getting out there. If everything is on the up, if his relationship with the team is good, and he wants to be here and they want him here, Eric Armstead's played a lot of football. I mean, he can get ready to play week 1 in a couple of weeks. So if you're a month and 2 days away from the opener, then to me, it's too early to press the panic button that Eric Armstead is not going to be available or anything like that. I understand Liam Cohen, comments today, didn't really illuminate the situation. And I have no idea how the relationship is with the player and the club. But if everything's on the up and up, if he has a nagging back injury, there's still a month and 2 days for him to be ready for a role in week 1 when Carolina comes in.
August is very interesting in that, I think you and I have talked about it off air. I don't know if we did this on air or not, but you wait forever for football season. You wait forever. You can't wait. I mean, you wait. And then you get to August. I think we did talk about this. Then you get to August, and then it seems like longer than ever, doesn't it? Because you go to camp and you go to every practice in camp. So there's a long time between now and when it starts. It's also way early to panic because you got a 17-game season. If you have a position that's not perfect, you got to try and fix it. So to that end, let's go through some. And by the way, I don't know the story with Armstead since you brought him up. When Liam Cohen saying today, we hope he's ready for the opener, but we don't know that he will be. That tells me he may not be. But again, it's kind of a next man up thing. That I think kind of your point. Let's go through some. I'm going to go through some position battles, and let's talk about it. I want to start with one we just talked about this a moment ago that has become one in our mind, and that's right guard. I thought anyway, Patrick McCary was going to be their right guard. He's a really good player. He was with the Ravens, who are tough and physical along the offensive front. They paid to get him here. He had played all over, but we all, to your point, you made a very good point last segment. We plugged him into right guard because we knew there was going to be an open there. Sheriff wasn't coming back. And that's where he was going to play. And that's where it looked like he has been playing. He's missed some time. Chuma Edoga, who we all plugged in as a swing tackle candidate because that's what he was in Dallas. Well, he's more of a guard. He's been pretty good at right guard. And so that all of a sudden is a decent battle. How do you handicap that one?
I think Chuma Edoga is going to win the job, and I think he'll be the week 1 right guard. Now, that doesn't mean McCary is on the outs. I think he will start somewhere else. His contract tells you that, and his experience tells you that. Now, that could be multiple spots. I mean, he has played center. It was early in his career with the Ravens, but McCary has played center. I'm not talking about a game. I mean, he's played significant amounts of games. He started 5 games at center his rookie year for the Ravens and 8 games at center his second year for the Ravens. Then he played.
He can play a lot of spots.
Then he started 12 games at right tackle. He started the following season 4 games at left tackle. And then he started the year before he came over here, he started all 17 at left guard for the Ravens. So I think it's almost like, I think to Chuma Edoga's credit, I think he has done a good job. But McCary might be a player that maybe you want him at a more high-profile position than right guard. Whether that's center, left guard, or perhaps even one of the tackle spots.
I'm going to predict McCary starts at right guard, but your points are all good ones. It's a very good battle. To the running back room, I think all 4 drafted running backs will be on the team. The 2 drafted by the previous regime, Travis Etienne and Tank Bigsby, or a previous regime, and the 2 drafted by this regime, Tootin and Allen. I think they're all 4 going to be on the team. Who do you think starts when the season starts? Who's the game 1 starter against the Carolina Panthers?
I'm going to stick to my guns and say I think it will be Bashul Tootin. By the time, again, we're a month and 2 days away from that game. And if they played Sunday, it would not be him. But I think there's still enough time for Tootin to go out and seize that job. And Etienne and Bigsby have done good things. But I'm gonna stick with Bashul Tootin.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be Bigsby. Tootin wasn't on my ballot yet. It's between Bigsby and Etienne for me, and I've gone back and forth on them. Etienne's had a really good camp, best camp he's had, but I'm gonna go with Bigsby. He got the first carry the other night in the scrimmage. I think Bigsby will start. I think all 4 guys are on the team. I think Tootin's gonna have some really big moments this year, and I think he might ultimately be running back 1 for this team, whether it's at some point this year, whether it's next year. I think that's what I think he's going to land there. I think the way kind of Isaiah Pacheco came out of nowhere and suddenly was RB1 for Kansas City, even though Kareem Hunt's there, even though Edwards-Helaire has been there, he came out of nowhere and became RB1, and I think Tootin could be there. But I think to start the season, I think it's going to be Bigsby. What about the defensive tackle spot? Well, what do you? Let's assume Devon Hamilton starts at the nose guard spot. What about the 3 technique? What's your gut?
Well, I mean, at this point, I would say it's Armstead because being a month and 2 days away from the opener, I think he's got plenty. If he legitimately has a minor back injury, then I think that he's got plenty of time for that to heal. My guess is it's a veteran that just is understanding his body and he probably, again, Eric Armstead has a calendar. He knows that the Carolina Panthers aren't coming in for a month. I'm sure he's, just kind of biding his time. We can criticize that if we want, but at the end of the day, all that matters is Eric Armstead playing 17 games. So whatever is going to lead to him playing the maximum amount of games is the right path to take. I don't have a ton of confidence behind it. He could be traded within an hour. Who knows? But I'll say it's Eric Armstead.
I'm going to go out on a limb. You went out on a limb with Bashul Tootin. I'm going to say when the Carolina Panthers come, Austin Johnson starts.
Wow.
I'm going to say
he looked good today for his first practice with the team.
I'm going to say Austin Johnson is going to be their defensive tackle opposite Devon Hamilton. Tyler Lacey has played in there some. I'm not confident that Armstead can not practice the whole camp and still start that game. I'm not confident that Mason Smith can miss as much time as he has been and still start that game. I think one of those guys might ultimately be the guy, but I think Austin Johnson is going to start that game. Weak side, I've got to go quick here. Weak side linebacker, Devin Lloyd, Ventrell Miller, Jack Kaiser. Who starts?
I'll say Devin Lloyd. I think that, I still think that there's enough potential there, and he has been productive at times, that I think this staff will give him the first crack.
I think he goes first, too. I think Ventrell Miller ultimately wins the job, and I would keep an eye on Kaiser, but I think Lloyd goes first. Cornerback opposite Tyson Campbell when the game starts.
Travis Hunter.
I think it's Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
I think it's I really think it's Travis Hunter. I would have said Jarian Jones. I might have said Monteric Brown when it started before he got hurt. I think it's Travis Hunter. Safety opposite Eric Murray.
I'll say Dewey Wingard.
Today, yeah. I will too.
Yeah.
I will too.
And Ransaw, it's, missing as much time as he's going to miss. Like, it's hard to, he would have, going into camp, that's who I thought it should be, hoped it should be. But, as a rookie, you can't miss that much time. So they don't really have any great playmaker there. So if you don't, then you might as well pick the guy that is going to play within the defense.
Yes,
more often than
before camp started. I would have said Darnell Savage or Antonio Johnson. I would have been pretty convinced it was one of those two guys. But watching camp, getting the vibe, I think it's Dewey. I think at least Andrew Wingard, at least to start, if assuming Caleb Rensaw is not out there, because again, it's going to be hard for him, a rookie missing as much time as he did. So interesting stuff. Those are the battles. Those are the battles in the room. It'll be fun. Let's take a break. A little college football talk after this.
It's the ride home with the Frangie Show from the Harold and Harold studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
Tom McManus buckles his chin strap as he joins Lauren Brooks and Taylor Dahl for the new Helmets and Heels.
I just love a man in uniform.
Catch the pros' point of view afternoons 2 to 4 on 1010XL.
I used to dread going to the dentist. Every visit felt like a sales pitch with constant upselling, surprise fees on my bill, and I could never get in when I needed to. But Harbor Dental Care, totally different. They saw me the next day, gave me honest pricing up front, and even set me up with a payment plan I could actually afford. No pressure, no surprise charges, just kind people who get it. If you want to experience dentistry the way it should be, book your appointment today at harbordental.care. That's HARBOUR dental.care.
I'm Chris Campione. Auto accidents can leave you feeling lost and overwhelmed. But at Campione Law, we're here to guide you with a personal touch through every step of the process. We don't get paid unless you get paid. CampioneLaw.com.
Count on Campione. Campione Law. If you missed it, get it on demand.
And you send those out on the line.
Find your 1010XL favorites where you find podcasts and at 1010XL.com. Channel 5. Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning.
It's hurricane season. Protect your home with 904 Gutters with a Z. That's right. Z as in zone defense for your home. Water damage hits hard. 904 Gutters with a Z hits back harder. Search 904 Gutters with a Z and make the right call.
Hi, it's Frank Frangie. You hear my buddies Dan and Jeff talk about that great food at Daly's Dash all the time. Jeff loves that Duval and Dan loves the Boss. And they're right, both are terrific. But I can tell you they have so many excellent options at Daly's Dash. Salads and flatbreads and tacos and quesadillas, you name it. And of course, those fantastic subs and sandwiches. I just had the Italian sub. It is so good. The thing is, Daly's Dash is really committed to their food and committed to making it perfect for you. Everything is fresh, made to order every time. And there's so many Daly's locations in town, no matter where you are, there's one near you. I love to pop in and grab a sub at lunch, or maybe after a round of golf, or maybe even after calling one of those Jags games. There's never a bad time to stop into Daly's Dash and grab that great, great food. So head there today. Take it from Dan and Jeff, or take it from me. They say it's nicer here. It really is. And the food is delicious. Head to Daly's Dash today.
Who says there's no free lunch? Join me, Hicken, and Jaguar and Gator legend Fred Taylor for free food and football talk Friday, August 8th at Alhambra Theater. When you hear this...
Bye-bye! Brock Marionville chasing a 90-yard run.
Be caller 28 to win a pair of tickets to a free lunch with Fred. Doors open at 11. Jags talk, Gators talk, football talk, including a 1-hour Q&A with Freddie T. And we're buying you lunch. Stay tuned for this sound.
Bye-bye! Brock Marionville chasing a 90-yard run.
To win your tickets, courtesy of Jenkins Hyundai and Genesis of Jacksonville on Atlantic.
You may not be able to control the air you breathe on the outside, but you certainly can on the inside of your home. Just call Florida Home AC and ask about the Remy Halo. It's the next generation of air quality technology. Call 777-4300 for Florida Home AC.
4,
Guys, want a golf course fairway quality lawn? TopDressing.com just landed in Jacksonville with the golf course secret for St. Augustine grass homeowners. A patented process that aerates and turns your turf into a fairway stunner. Serious golf course technology, but in your yard. Less water, tighter cuts, total neighborhood domination. No one else scores a perfect 10 lawn. Hit TopDressing.com now. You will own the block. Top dress your yard like the pros with TopDressing.com.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too. From Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, rolling lot bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
It's a Nimnick Tuesday on The Frangie Show. Nimnick, your friends in the car business since 1941.
We should thank our friends from the Nimnick family of dealerships. Nimnick Chevrolet is on Castett Avenue. Nimnick Buick GMC is on Phillips Highway. I've been buying my cars there for the longest time. Those great American-made cars. You can trust them. There's not a lot of high-pressure selling there. There's service after the sale, not just before it. Look, there's a reason Nimnick has been doing this for as long as they have. You can trust, my friends, at the Nimnick family of dealerships, Nimnick Chevrolet and Nimnick Buick GMC. So Bill Connolly had an interesting column today. Or an interesting story on ESPN.com about the most important players in college football. Did you see it?
I did. It
was interesting, and I won't go through every number. It's mostly a lot of the quarterbacks. Mostly he took the best teams and he took the top teams and used their quarterback. I mean,
right.
That's what it was. So it was, which was kind of predictable. But it did pique my interest that the second most important player in the country, according to him, is Gunnar Stockton. So it got me thinking, and we met Gunnar. Gunner's interesting. Gunner's a really nice guy. He looks 38. He's got a receding hairline. Gunner looks like he just got promoted at the insurance agency, and he would have gotten a better promotion, but he's coaching all 3 of his boys in Little League, and he had to leave early to hit practice to run practice tonight. He's that guy.
He also sounds like he's just happy to be there.
Oh, and he was.
I'm not saying that he's not talented and is not going to be a good quarterback, but he was just like, hey, golly gee, this is great, isn't it?
And he's nicest. He was that, and he was the nicest kid in the world. But he looks old. He looks like an older guy, and he does. But I'll say this: so researching him, he's an interesting story. He has the state record, and he broke Trevor's state record in Georgia, threw for all these yards in high school, and was headed to South Carolina. He had committed to South Carolina to play for Will Muschamp and Mike Bobo, and then they got fired. And then he changed and went to Georgia after the South Carolina staff got fired. Now Mike Bobo wound up. His quarterback coach, just like Denny Thompson is a quarterback, his quarterback coach is George Bobo, Mike Bobo's dad. So he's close to the Bobo family, really close to the Bobo family. He's got great bloodlines. He told me, I said, growing up in Georgia, you had to be a big Bulldog fan. He said, I wasn't anti-Georgia, but I wasn't a Bulldog fan my whole life. That's a pride. You just assume Southern guy, grows up in Georgia, a good high school football player, dog fan his whole life.
Particularly with Georgia being as great as they became when he became a teenager.
That's right. So I just assumed Georgia fan, blood red and black. And he said he didn't dislike him, but he wasn't a big Georgia fan. Again, he committed to South Carolina. We watched him last year. He wasn't terrible. He had a guttiness to him. He found a way to win, came off the bench and won the SEC championship game. Then they lost the Notre Dame game, but they were close games. But I got to thinking, the enormous pressure that's on him. Now, look, there's huge pressure on Arch Manning and DJ Lagway and Ty Simpson and CJ Carr and all these quarterbacks who are playing for these good teams. But Gunnar Stockton's a Georgia guy, and he now takes over the job after they've had really good quarterback play. Say what you want about Carson Beck. He was 24-3 as a starter, and now he's one of the most talked about players in college football at a different school. He's pretty damn good. Stetson Bennett before him won 2 national titles. Gunnar Stockton has just ridiculous amount of pressure on him.
Without a doubt, because of those guys that you mentioned, Gunnar Stockton is the one that, with a couple bad games, he'll lose the job. I mean, like, DJ Lagway could struggle a little bit. He is going to, if he's healthy, he's starting every game for Florida. I don't care if he throws 4 interceptions in Baton Rouge in week 3. He's starting the Miami game.
Forget the hamstring. He could have the leg amputated, and he's the Florida quarterback.
He's the Florida quarterback. They got Arch Manning. Sark is not pulling Arch Manning. Right. Arch Manning is the starter. No matter how bad it's going, it's going to be Arch Manning. Well, Gunnar Stockton doesn't have that cachet. And Georgia's got a good room beyond him.
Well, Ryan Puglisi, the backup, was a 5-star.
Right. So, in looking at Gunnar Stockton, I mean, he completed 45 passes last year for 440 yards. I mean, he's not even averaging 10 yards a completion. Yeah. So, he's obviously a game manager, kind of player. He's thrown 3 touchdowns, 2 picks in his career. He doesn't give you really anything as a rusher. He was minus 13 rushing yards last year on 21 carries. Obviously, they include sacks, which is ridiculous, but they do in the rushing total. But still, I mean, his long rush of 21 carries was 9 yards. So, I think in looking at it, there is significant pressure because of how great Georgia has been under Kirby Smart, the quarterback pedigree that they have had.
Well, that's the thing.
And there is somebody probably very close to him in talent, if not better, that Kirby will not hesitate to hand the keys to.
Well, and I don't know that we're in an age anymore where you can win with game management at quarterback. I think quarterbacks are so dynamic in this day and age that if your quarterback's not pretty damn good, not just efficient, but over the top good, it's going to be hard to be elite. You can survive, but I don't know that you can be elite if your quarterback's not kind of elite. And I mean yes, you said he came in and won a game when he came in at halftime. And then he lost a game, and both of those games were close because Georgia's defense is magnificent. I don't through that schedule, that Georgia schedule. I don't know if you. I mean, right now, Gunnar Stockton versus DJ Lagway. Georgia's probably a 7-point favorite because people think Georgia's got better players everywhere else. But I don't know. I mean, last year was Carson Beck versus injured DJ Lagway, who left the game in the first half, and the game in Florida led in the fourth quarter. Well, healthy DJ Lagway, who doesn't leave the game, and no Carson Beck. Again, I'd pick Georgia to beat Florida today. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Florida's going to beat Georgia. I would pick Georgia right now. But you get the point. That's just one game we're talking about. Just enormous pressure on. I mean, that's one of the storylines of the year is Georgia quarterback, because everybody else, Alabama doesn't have it proven yet either, but Ty Simpson looks like he's got the tools. He was a 5-star. You look at all these other teams. I mean, Texas A&M returns a really veteran quarterback. Ole Miss has a guy stepping in that I'm drawing a blank. The left Austin Simmons, who everybody thinks has all the traits. Lagway's Lagway. Now, Tennessee, you could say the question is quarterback too, but I'm just telling you, if we covered Georgia around here, talk more about them than we do Tennessee. Enormous pressure on Gunnar Stockton. We'll see how he does. Let's take a break. We'll talk some more NFL in the second half of the program. We'll talk a little bit about Teddy Bridgewater. I got a thought or two about that, a little basketball talk as well. All coming up. This is 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
The Frangie Show from the Harold and Harold studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
We're way past big speech time. Anybody have anything they want to say?
Yeah. Let's win this one for all the small schools who never had a chance to get here. I want to win for my dad. Let's win for
1010XL.
Lucas Tree Service is a certified arborist and a local family-owned business with over 45 years of experience. They specialize in tree removal, trimming, and stump grinding for both residential and commercial properties. Get prepared for storm season and receive top-notch customer service from Lucas Tree Service, 904-241-3533. Online at lucastreeservice.com.
Hi, folks. I'm Frank Frangie, and I got to tell you, I can't fix anything. I would be so lost with plumbing problems if not for Duck Duck Rooter. But everybody knows to call the Duck. Well, I do too. Whether it's plumbing, air conditioning, septic, they handle all of it, and nobody does a better job than our friends at Duck Duck Rooter. Any of those needs you have, call them today, 904-862-6769, or go to duckduckrooter.com. If you've got problems, call Duck Duck Rooter. They'll handle it. I guarantee it.
It's a magical phone line.
Check this out.
It brings you things you can't get anywhere else, like insider insight from sports experts. Listen for the Checkmate Coatings phone line. Check. Every day on 1010XL.
Hey, I'm Tony from Tony D's Pizza. People ask me all day long, is it the water that makes the difference? Well, yes and no. Even water can't make a good pizza. It's the ingredients, too. The best tomatoes, the best flour, and the best cheese. Oh, and a lot of love. Tony D's New York Pizza, Bay Meadows and 295.
WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
You waited forever for your new fence. Then, strangers show up. Subcontractors rushing the job. Sent by the company you trusted. Frustrating, right? Superior Fence and Rail promises better. They're professionally trained builders. Deliver quality you can trust. No subcontractors, no shortcuts. Just the superior craftsmanship your home deserves.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, superiorfenceandrail.com.
When storms start to crop up in the Atlantic or Gulf this time of year, having a solid plan to handle anything that sweeps through the first coast is very important. That's where American Electrical comes in. Ensure your home's safety and comfort with an American Electrical home generator. As the area's leading home generator dealer and installer, American Electrical can offer you easy installation, simple maintenance, and peace of mind. Schedule an assessment by simply calling the team at American Electrical. They'll walk you through the best generator for your home or business. Log on, american-electrical.com.
Been in a car crash? I'm local attorney Rick Alexander, and I've made it our mission at the Alexander Law Practice to listen to you so I can fight for the best possible result for you. I've been practicing over 30 years, and our team focuses on guiding you through the entire process. And because fees and reimbursement costs come out at the end of the case, I will never ask you to come out of pocket. For a free review, call 904-400-6600 or log on to alexanderlawpractice.com, Jacksonville.
I'm Frank Frangie, and I have to brag about my kids' success again. My daughter's success, thanks to our friends at Awaken 180. Now, you know my daughter, Amber, as I've been telling you, has been trying to drop some weight for a while. Couldn't really find the right means. Well, she's now been in the Awaken 180 program for close to a month, and you ready for this? She's dropped over 30 pounds. That's right, the number is real. 30 pounds in close to a month. That's with no shots, nothing extreme, just the right plan, the right food, proper coaching, all from the folks at Awaken 180. She already said it's affected her mobility, just her life in general. Man, she is happy. And that means her mother and I are happy too, I can promise you that. So if you're ready to kickstart your transformation, call 844-346-1800. That's 844-346-1800 or visit awaken180weightloss.com. Get started on your weight loss journey. Call them today at Awaken 180.
If someone you love needs a pick-me-up, then it's time to get serious about it and send them a Kuhn floral arrangement. Max Fink here with 1010XL. You'll be assured of quality delivery, that's for sure. Log on and order online at kuhnflowers.com. I'm Max Fink with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Local Sports Update brought to you by JEA. Florida State long snapper Mason Arnold has been named to the Manelli Award watch list awarded to the nation's best long snapper. Arnold was a consensus All-American in 2024. The Jaguars kick off their preseason this Saturday against the Pittsburgh Steelers at 7 p.m., airing on 1010XL 92.5 FM. It's 88 degrees at 5:01, time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555, Jacksonville.
It's a Nimnick Tuesday on The Frangie Show. Nimnick, your friends in the car business since 1941.
We thank our friends from the Nimnick family of dealerships. Always the place to buy cars around here is at Nimnick. Frangie Carlion, JJ LaSelva with you as we continue on this Tuesday, getting closer and closer to Saturday night when the Steelers come to town and the Jags and the Steelers play a preseason game. Not a lot of starters necessarily will play a lot in that game, but we love it when it's football, and I love night games, and night games are fun, so we're certainly looking forward to that. Other news in the league, Teddy Bridgewater went to the Bucs. He's 32 years old. If you haven't followed the story, you know by now he was a good quarterback in the NFL, had a brutal knee injury. Is now a bit of a journeyman backup, but a reliable backup. Played for the Lions last year. Didn't play very much. Played a little bit in the playoff game, the one they lost. But he was there to help watch tape, and he was there to be there if anything went wrong with Jared Goff, which did that one playoff game. Then he went back to coaching high school at Miami Northwestern, his alma mater, won a high school state championship there, but then got suspended for either recruiting, illegal benefits, helping out players, which is dumb, by the way. High school coaches trying to help some kids without much money, and what are you doing? But
God forbid you get them lunch,
right?
A ride to work, or school.
So that's freaking stupid. But apart from that, but then he says, I'm going back to the NFL. Now, why not? Because the NFL pays better probably than being a high school coach in the state of Florida or anywhere else. What do you make of it? Is it the whole thing surprise you at all? I mean, it's an interesting storyline.
I think what it signifies, obviously they love Baker Mayfield. And he's got a hand bruise, but I don't think it's anything that concerns them. But my guess is with Mayfield missing a couple of days, they realized Kyle Trask and whoever else is in that room is not Pratt, the answer. And so if something were to happen to Mayfield, Tampa feeling like, as they should, that they're the favorite in the NFC South, it needs to improve. And so, you get a player like Teddy Bridgewater who doesn't need a lot of reps during the week to be efficient on game day. He's the perfect backup. So if, and again, he's years removed from the knee injury, so you don't really have to worry about him from a health standpoint. So, it makes, I think, a lot of sense for Tampa Bay. It certainly makes sense for Bridgewater. And, I would say for, Kyle Trask getting picked in the second round, I think it's fair to wonder if you'll ever actually see him start a game in the NFL.
Yeah, and I'll get to him in a minute because that's part of the topic. But I was trying to wonder what the connection is, and then I realized, and I didn't know this, Charlie Strong is now the D-line coach at Tampa. Did you know that?
No.
I didn't know that. So Charlie Strong is the defensive line coach at the Tampa Bay Bucks. They are very close. He obviously Bridgewater was Charlie's quarterback when they were at Louisville together, and they've stayed super close. I had no idea that Charlie was in Tampa. Also, Josh Grizzard, the offensive coordinator, who's now going to call plays with Liam Cohen here, he and Bridgewater were together with the Dolphins, so there's some connection. But I didn't know Charlie was there. I had no idea Charlie was with the Bucs, so that's part of the connection. Obviously, I have no doubt that he went to Jason Light and Todd Bowles and said, "Look, if we're struggling at our backup quarterback spot, I got a guy that's pretty good, and obviously that's part of it." Which gets us to Trask. My gut tells me he's not very good. If he was, he'd just found his way onto a field somewhere. But the damnedest thing is he goes to Tampa Bay as a second-round draft pick after a fantastic end to his college career. Lo and behold, Tom Brady shows up. News bulletin, you're now a backup, no matter what you expected. Brady goes away, and Trask still can't win the job. Is he not very good? Is he... And my thought about Kyle, and I was always a Trask fan. I love that year too. It was the COVID year, so it was hard to pay as much attention. But I loved the 20 season. I mean, I thought Kyle Trask with Dan Mullen calling plays, whether it was wheel routes against Georgia or balls down the field against Alabama, whoever, I thought it was a blast. That was a really fun year of Florida football. I really thought that Kyle Pitts and all those guys, Kadarius Toney, it was a fun year. But I'm wondering, maybe Kyle Trask just can't play. The one thing that would have concerned me is he's 6'5", 250, but he's got the arm of a little guy. You ever notice that? He does. It's not a bad arm, but he certainly doesn't have a rifle arm. And I wonder if that more than anything else is what's held him back.
Yeah, it certainly could be. And it's amazing how the dominoes have to fall for you a certain way. I mean, look at a player like Gardner Minshew, who was taken in the 6th round here, not the 2nd round. But everything fell his way to showing what he could do.
Right.
Foles breaks his collarbone, 11 snaps into the opener. Here comes Gardner Minshew. And it happened again. He started games in Philadelphia. I think Gardner Minshew started games in Indianapolis.
That's right.
It just has always, it seems like it sort of has stopped, but I say that, and then maybe something will happen to Mahomes, and Minshew will have to start games for the Chiefs this year. But yeah, like, some guys get breaks that they have nothing to do with, and some guys don't. And Kyle Trask just has never really gotten a chance to show what he can do.
Can he play?
I don't.
What do you think?
My guess is he cannot.
My guess is he can't either. I was a big Trask fan. But my guess is not. But we haven't ever seen it. Now they see it in practice every day, but I kind of wish he would land on a team where the quarterback got hurt or fizzled, and he'd get 3 or 4 games. And we may have confirmed for us what we knew not what we knew, but what some believed all along is that he's not a very good player. But I wonder if he's never going to get a chance to do that, because it doesn't. I mean, there's an awful lot of other guys, whether it's Kenny Pickett or whoever, that didn't turn out to be really good players, but they got their chance to be. They other guys, the light went on for them later in their career, whether it was Sam Darnold or whoever. I would hate to think you're going to look up and he's going to be 32 and he never really got a chance to play. I mean, Shane Matthews got 4 or 5 games in a row to start. Danny Werfel got a couple games in a row to start. Rex Grossman went to a Super Bowl. So some of these other Florida quarterbacks we've seen come through there, even if they didn't stick. I mean, Tim Tebow started half a season and won a playoff game. So at least they got some chances to play. I don't know that we're going to say that about Trask. I hope he does somehow, some way.
Yeah, this has to be the final year of his rookie deal.
You would think, yeah.
And so
he
it was
and Mac
a 4-year,
Jones were the same year.
Yeah, 4-year deal.
And Mac's on his 3rd team.
Yeah, so Kyle will be a free agent, and it's what level of interest will there be, and if there is a few clubs that are interested, then what is the situation? I mean, it's going to be a tough spot because I don't think anybody is going to sign him. You're definitely our backup. And we believe that we've got a questionable starter, and you may get a chance to play. I'll be surprised if he gets that. I mean, again, there's only 32 starting quarterbacks. I mean, in the world, and so I think really, if I was Kyle Trask's agent, I'd be more worried about, will my phone ring on his behalf?
Right. Well,
once he is on the market. Now, a savvy GM could look at a player like Kyle Trask, maybe a GM that liked him coming out of Florida, and says, I'm going to sign him, but my guess is you're signing him to be in competition to be your 3rd guy, where you've got an established starter, you've got a backup that you feel at least pretty good about, and Trask is there in case there's something there that Tampa just has not unearthed.
Well, even with Tampa, I got to believe and again, Bridgewater hasn't officially signed yet, but all the word is that he's going to. If he signs, Trask is at best a 3rd guy. Now, what helps you in that scenario is 3rd guys play a lot of football in the preseason. You would hope that he has some preseason game. Look, if you're the 3rd guy, I mean, they got Michael Pratt from Tulane, who's just a guy. So if he's the 3rd guy, logic would say in one of these 2 or 3 games, he's going to play a bunch. But he's done that over the years and never moved the needle. I mean, it's not like he's never had a chance to play in the preseason. So I'm rooting for the guy like that. I'm a fan of his. I'm rooting for him. I just think it's an odd happenstance that he hasn't gotten to play very much.
Yeah, and it didn't seem like in the Bridgewater story that Todd Bowles was overly complimentary of the quarterbacks that they had beyond Mayfield.
That's correct.
And it was sort of the nice way a head coach says, look, we've got nothing behind Baker, so this is why we're doing this. So, again, doesn't mean the Bucs are right, but it does seem like it's going to be awfully difficult for Kyle Trask to get any significant playing time there. And then, again, I just have to wonder who he is going to be of interest to when you're talking about a whole other cycle. You're talking about what's going to be a great quarterback draft that at least on paper could be, depending on who elects to enter the draft and who elects to stay in college and cash big NIL money. But the quarterback class could be rich. So that's another group of 6 to 8 players coming in to take spots.
Right.
It's just going to be difficult. It is unusual to see a 2nd-round pick never play basically in the NFL, but Kyle Trask certainly appears to be heading that way unless the football gods smile upon him.
We'll take a break. Hayes has headlines after this. Stay with us.
It's the ride home with The Frangie Show. From the Harrell and Harrell studio, don't settle for less than you deserve.
Experience professional grade at Nimnick Buick GMC, home of the largest inventory of GMC Sierras in Northeast Florida and Southeast Georgia. Now this month, save up to $10,000 off select new GMC Sierra 1500 or enjoy rates as low as 0% APR financing. That's right, 0%. You can't find deals like this anywhere else in Jacksonville. And Nimnik has the largest selection of GMC's impressive SUV lineup, like the all-new redesigned GMC Acadia and the highly sought-after Yukon and Yukon XL. Are you curious about an EV? Well, save big with the all-new GMC Hummer EV SUV and truck, plus the all-new GMC Sierra EV. You get the deal. Nobody has better prices on anything EV than my friends at Nimnik, so head there today. Shop 24/7 online at NimnikBuickGMC.com. Head to Nimnik today. We are professional-grade GMC.
Get hit by the man in the back, Tommy Mack.
I'm bringing you straight to the gridiron to show you what it's like to put on the Jags helmet and pads.
Fridays on Jaguars Today. Unlocked by Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors on 1010XL.
At JEA, we're committed to keeping our community storm ready all year long. We continue to invest in our electric, water, and wastewater systems to make them more storm resistant. Our crews trim trees to help keep power lines clear from falling debris. Plus, our outage map and My JEA app make it easier than ever to report and track outages. Whatever storm season brings, we're ready to respond, restore, and keep you informed every step of the way. Learn more about our efforts and how you can prepare at jea.com/storm.
I'm Julie Harrell. I grew up here in Jacksonville and have seen our city grow as well as the number of car crashes. If you need help after a crash, choose a law firm with an actual office here. Lawyers you can meet with face-to-face and who specialize in personal injury. At Harrell & Harrell, we've been here for nearly 40 years, developing relationships with local doctors, law enforcement, helping people just like you. If you've been injured in a crash, call Harrell & Harrell. Offices, Jacksonville.
I'm Max Fink, and I'm your Gator Updater. Listen for the Gator Report several times a week on 1010XL.
Freshened up by San Jose Collision on the home of the Florida Gators, 1010XL.
Go, Gators!
Brian and Angela Wall here with Window World. Hurricanes happen in Florida. That's not news. But what happens even more often than hurricanes are home break-ins. And if security is important to you, you might want to look into hurricane-rated impact windows.
What you may not know is that hurricane-rated impact windows not only help protect your home in case of a hurricane, but they also offer another level of security for your home.
Have you seen those videos on YouTube that show people trying to break through an impact window? A thief is way too lazy to spend his energy trying to break through one of our impact windows. That's why he doesn't have a real job like you. He'd rather break your non-impact window while you're at work. Window World has high-quality, very affordable hurricane-rated impact windows to help protect your home from hurricanes and from lazy thieves.
Call us today at 904-443-7001. Get a free estimate and see for yourself. You save energy, get more security, and the windows add value to your home. With all Window World windows, you get the best guarantee in the window replacement business.
Window World,
simply the best for less.
And thank you for your business.
Hey, it's Joe C. Summer in Jacksonville means the sun is hot, the grills are fired up, and your water heater probably full of sludge.
Nah, not mine.
Think, when was the last time you flushed your water heater out? It's okay, you could say it.
Probably never.
Flushing a water heater each year improves its efficiency and extends its lifespan.
They sure don't make them like they used to.
So call Roland Reese Plumbing for a routine water heater flush out and any other plumbing needs. 260-7059 or at plumberandjacks.com. Roland Reese Plumbing.
Lauren Brooks here for Terminix. As temperatures warm up around us, ants come out in droves. And when they move into your home or business, it's unnerving. Terminix knows that ants add up fast, but Terminix subtracts them faster because living with ants isn't any fun. When ants show up, so does Terminix. Don't live with an ant problem, Terminix it. Visit Terminix.com today to schedule a free inspection online. That's TERMINIX.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? Gather round. It's Hayes' Headlines, presented by Harrell & Harrell. Don't settle for less than you deserve. Hear all about it. Here's Hayes Carline.
Yes, thank you to our friends at Harrell & Harrell. Give them a call at 251-1111. They'll take great care of you. Frank, we're going to start with the Jaguars practice this morning. This was really cool. Travis Hunter flipping sides, offense and defense, in the same period. just remarkable what he is attempting to do and doing a great job at it.
You know what they've done now is they give him this shell jersey that like he wears the teal to practice to be on offense, and then the offensive jersey is teal with white numerals. The defense is white with black numerals. So they give him just this like shell, number 12, and he just puts it on over his other jersey so he can do both. Look, he won the Heisman Trophy. I voted for him for the Heisman Trophy. I'm a voter, and I voted for him. So I shouldn't be surprised at how spectacular he is. But it's amazing, his skills. It's almost like, if you watch him play, it's almost like he's a combination of a world-class sprinter and a gold medal gymnast. You ever notice that? That's the combination. He's very thin, very small. He runs really fast, stops and starts, and then the acrobatic stuff, the jumping, and it's amazing. It's like he's like a world-class sprinter combined with a world-class gymnast. It really is.
Yeah, his endurance and stamina are just remarkable.
And a world-class marathoner.
Yeah,
I mean that too, because he can go. I mean, it really is.
It's unlike anything that we've ever seen. It's unlike anything any NFL reporter has ever seen. It is so cool that this is happening here.
And I was never going to say that until I saw it. I wanted to see if he could really do that. It's just, the endurance, the speed and agility, and the acrobatic. I mean, he's a magnificent football player. I can't wait to watch the season start for real, in earnest, when we get to watch him play. I can't imagine. Now, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if he played some Friday, because he's got to play against NFL players, and he's an endurance guy. So, again, I have no idea. I haven't heard what they're doing. Like Liam said very honestly today, the podium, he goes back and forth. But I wouldn't be surprised if Travis Hunter plays some football on Friday night.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. Liam Cohen did speak with reporters after practice and was asked about the uncertainty regarding veteran defensive tackle Eric Armstead.
I mean, it's, he's a veteran who, ultimately he'll probably know how to get himself ready to go. I would hope, the key is just making sure that he's healthy and ready to go for the first game. And ultimately it's a long season, as we know. And now, not to say that early ones aren't obviously as important as late ones, but it is a long season, and we're really just trying to, get him to be as healthy as possible.
Yeah, I don't know where the team is on that. You heard Liam talk about it. I'm surprised Eric's still not practicing. I will say that. Again, if you're hurt, you're hurt. And but I didn't. That's not an injury that I got the sense when the season was coming around would be an issue, or not. Let me rephrase that. He's not a guy that when the season came around I thought would have an injury. So yeah, I hope we can get out there.
We will see. Let's talk about the offense, because it was a struggle today for Trevor Lawrence and company. Trevor Lawrence met with reporters after practice and talked about the struggles today on that side of the ball.
Today was definitely one of our worst days as an offense, and even speaking just personally, I felt like I just, maybe didn't see it as great today. I just felt like we were moving a little slow, coming off the off day. Just need to bring a little bit more juice next time, and just, one play at a time. Just takes one play to kind of get you back going, and I think we could have brought a little bit more energy, a little sluggish today coming in. So we'll watch the tape though and see what it was. There was a lot of stuff just kind of everywhere. There was penalties, there was some missed assignments, there was some couple bad reads by me. There was just a little bit of everything. So we'll have to watch it and see. It's practice. Rather it happen out here and learn from it. And we're not playing yet, so we got some time to fix it, but we need to address the issues and kind of learn from them.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it. It's one practice. Now you put together 2 or 3 bad ones in a row, clunky like that. Now you worry. I'm not worried about one.
I think it will be interesting to see how they respond tomorrow from an energy standpoint.
I do too. You can tell the bad practice got their attention.
Yeah.
You just heard Trevor say it. You could see even coming off the field that you could see that the offensive guys felt like we weren't very good.
I will say I saw Trevor do something today that was encouraging. Brenton Strange didn't get lined up right, missed the motion, and the offense got a penalty. And Trevor Lawrence was not overly animated, but you could tell he was signaling to Brenton Strange, like, this is what you're supposed to be doing. which we haven't really seen much of that from Trevor Lawrence throughout the years. So, I mean, I'm not trying to, again, he didn't spike his helmet. He wasn't yelling. It wasn't anything like that. But there was a clear, like, dude, this is what you're supposed to be doing. And I was glad to see that.
Well, clearly, they would all tell you, Trevor would tell you, among others, that the one thing that hasn't happened yet is that where it becomes his team. I do sense we're closer to that. We'll see if it becomes that.
Let's get it to around the NFL. Vikings receiver Jordan Addison has been suspended for the first 3 games of the season for violating the league's substances of abuse policy. That's kind of a big one for Minnesota. You're breaking in J.J. McCarthy. Obviously, you got Justin Jefferson, who's one of the best out there in the game, but something to monitor for Minnesota.
No question. You're better. As good as Jordan Jefferson is, and he might be the best receiver in football, he's better when there's a threat on the other side, and you hit the main point. You're playing a rookie quarterback. I mean, he's technically not a rookie, but he's a rookie. You got a rookie quarterback playing, you need all the weapons you can get. I agree. That's a big loss for the games he's down.
Colts coach Shane Steichen says he will start Anthony Richardson in the preseason opener against the Ravens and will start Daniel Jones in the second preseason game. Steichen says he plans to play each quarter a quarterback about a quarter and a half in their respective starts. So the Colts QB race is still far from over.
Yeah, and Anthony Richardson apparently has made a little bit of a move here. So I'll bet you if you were handicapping it, Hayes, all through the summer, most people would say what I think you and I did, that Daniel Jones will ultimately be their quarterback. I think when they got into camp, it was more 50-50. I think now if you polled Colts fans, they would tell you that I think Richardson's going to be the guy. We'll see.
Cincinnati coach Zach Taylor is planning on playing his starters for several series in the preseason. This is a result of the Bengals getting off to an 0-3 start last season.
Yeah, there's no real right. Even with 4 games, there's not a right or wrong way to do this. With 4 games, you wouldn't play much in the first game, play a little bit in the second, play a full half in the third, and then not at all in the fourth. The system worked. The balance, there was balance. Now with 3, nobody's quite sure how to do it. But so I don't think anybody's got a real idea. Some people are going to do what the Bengals did, Hayes, and play a bunch. Some people aren't going to play at all.
The Rams have extended running back Kyren Williams with a 3-year, $33 million contract. Pretty rich for a running back. Williams rushed for 1,299 yards with 14 touchdowns last season.
Are you taking him on your fantasy team?
I would.
How about your dynasty team?
I would love him on my dynasty team.
How about your PPR team?
I would take him on any team.
Okay, good.
But I think it's going to be hard to pry him away.
That's all I got.
Yeah.
But I just dropped some lingo on you, okay, in case you're wondering.
And again, that was a good pick by the Rams. He was 4th, 5th. I mean, he was a mid to late round guy. And,
he's a very good player.
He has been fantastic for the LA Rams. Hard Knocks debuts tonight. They're focusing on the Buffalo Bills. So if you like Hard Knocks, it will be on your television tonight on HBO.
How is it? How was it this year?
I've sort of lost my way with that show. So I am Buffalo. I'm somewhat curious about. So I may watch it a little bit, but to be honest, I'll probably rely on Twitter to sort of, people will tweet out the interesting parts of the episodes. And unless I start seeing things that I just feel like I've got to watch this, they've just crippled the show over the years by scaling back on the access of the documentary. So, to me, it sort of lost its way a little bit and became very formulaic. So I don't know that I'll give this one a chance in terms of start to finish, but I am more curious than I've been in recent years because the Bills intrigue me. What about you? Will you watch?
No, it never really moved the needle for me. I honestly think it lost its fastball after the very first year with the Ravens when Brian Billick cutting people and them getting their heart broken. I don't think it's been the same ever since then. I really don't.
Let's get it to college football. DJ Lagway throwing again at Florida practice. Reporters are able to go out there and watch a little bit of this practice. It wasn't totally open, but they did get to see some individual work. And DJ Lagway, reporters were tweeting out, throwing 50-yard bombs to Sturdivant.
Look, that's the whole point is, if they have DJ Lagway and they are healthy, it's going to be a very good Florida team. There's not a doubt in my mind about that. If they don't, or if he's not, going to be a tough haul.
Yeah, sorry about that. tough news for Florida running back Trayon Webb is going to undergo hamstring surgery. That's Graham Hall reporting that. The former Trinity Christian standout is expected, according to Hall, to not miss the full season, probably miss the first couple of games. I think the hope is maybe he'll be ready for LSU. And it's, it's a big year for him. He's kind of trying to fight for relevancy in what is an excellent room.
That's the problem. He is a really good running back room. And I don't know Trayon. He's a legacy of sorts. He's D. Webb's nephew, I think. But the reality is, Hayes, this is a guy that could be suited to finish his career elsewhere. He is not as good as Jaden Baugh, and he's not as good as Jacoby Jackson. And he's a good player. He's a good player, but I think those two guys are ahead of him. So it's going to be a tough road for him even when he comes back healthy, to your point.
So if you don't like Hard Knocks, maybe I can interest you in this. Netflix has a documentary that is out called Any Given Saturday that focuses on the SEC. So Andy Staples tweeted about it, says SEC football fans will absolutely love it. So the second episode is the one that apparently focuses in on Florida the most, if you want to go straight to the second episode. But apparently it's really good. It kind of takes you through Graham Mertz. Apparently Graham Mertz really comes across well in it. And Staples was saying it becomes easy to see why in this episode, why Florida players stuck by Billy Napier after last season's awful start. So I'm curious to see what they have with that.
Have you watched it?
I haven't seen any of it.
So apparently I'm quoted one time in the second episode.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to watch it to watch me.
Nice.
I mean, that's kind of who I am.
Yeah.
I'm joking. I'm not joking. Someone says, hey, did you know you were in they have one soundbite from you.
Yeah. And I think Hacker tweeted that there's a soundbite that he has.
Yeah. They got our stuff in there. I'm
sure the residual checks from that were
no question. Yeah. I won't get the one Hacker gets, but I'll take what I get. But joking aside, I heard it's pretty good, and I heard the documentary overall is pretty good. I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah, it should be interesting. Again, that's called Any Given Saturday on Netflix if you're interested in that. Let's get to Major League Baseball. The Yankees lose a fourth straight game, but Aaron Judge is set to return. New York is 5.5 games behind Toronto in the AL East and is now tied with Seattle for the final wild card berth.
That's really what happens. Number one, if I asked you right now, JJ, you'll know this. If I ask you right now, Hayes, who's the only team in baseball that's playing 600 baseball? Would you know who the best record in baseball? Would you know who it is?
No.
If I wasn't a baseball nut, JJ, you know, but
is it still the Tigers?
No.
Is it the Marlins?
No. Is it
The Marlins are good right now, but
I thought you meant 500. Over the course of. You mean this season?
This season. Who's got the best record in baseball? It's not the Tigers. It's not the Marlins. It's not the Blue Jays.
It's not the Dodgers.
Like the Brewers or something?
It's the Milwaukee. The Brew Crew has the best record in baseball, in all of baseball. Okay, and they've got this pitcher Quinn Priester. He's become the first pitcher in Brewers history. He's 10-2 to win 9 straight decisions.
Wow.
And I think your boy Mizorowski's on the DL, unfortunately.
So he is. So who didn't see that coming?
Yeah, exactly.
But Priester's 10-2. Next to Skeens, he's probably the best pitcher in the National League. 9 straight decisions. Wonder who drafted him in the first round.
No.
And traded him because they didn't think he was any good. Okay, I mean, look, there's 30 teams.
Man.
Can you even render a guess?
Wow.
Didn't think he was any good.
The Pirates are so bad at this.
He's 10-2. He's probably the best pitcher in the National League, other than future former Pirate Paul Skeens. Okay, we didn't think he was any good. Wow. Let's trade him. The guy we traded him for is in AAA, by the way.
Wow.
How about that?
So you traded a first rounder.
Yeah, and by the way, traded him to the Red Sox for this guy Nick York, who's no good. The Red Sox also thought he was no good, so traded him to the Brewers.
How about that? Okay. Unbelievable.
Sorry, thank you for allowing me.
Former Pirates all over the All-Star teams.
Yeah, I mean, amazing. Right. I don't mind us trading away a guy that turns out to be good. I hate the fact that if my guy didn't win the Cy Young, it's going to be this other guy that wins the Cy Young that we didn't like.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Not good. I missed this yesterday, so I apologize. The anniversary of this event occurred yesterday, but we're still going to mark it because on this date, August 4th, 1993, this happened.
Here's Ventura, RBI single in the first. Watch out.
option to the pitch and went after Nolan Ryan. Now Rodriguez wants to start things back up right here. And here's Lamont. And here we go again.
Boy, this thing's getting ugly out. Got to get these two teams back to their benches.
Nolan Ryan beats up Robin Ventura. It has been 32 years.
I mean, just got him in the headlock and was wearing him out, wasn't he?
It's the most one-sided baseball fight I've ever seen.
Yeah, and I feel bad because Robin Ventura got asked about it. That's how he finally said, listen.
He was like in his mid-20s, and Nolan Ryan was, 42?
Yeah, I mean, Nolan Ryan's a rancher. He's a rancher, man. And let me tell you what you don't do. Don't charge the mound on a rancher. You know what ranchers do? They'll whip your ass, okay? That's a rule of thumb, okay? Always, look, if you ever get into baseball, rule of thumb, if you ever get hit and the guy that hit you is a rancher, run to first. That's my advice to all young aspiring baseball players.
Absolutely. Happy anniversary wishes to JJ La Selva and his lovely bride.
Thank you.
What do you guys have going tonight?
We are going to dinner tonight. This is year 2 and many, many, many more to come. Thank you for that.
Happy anniversry to you and Blake. That is awesome. That is great.
Congratulations. Have a blast. Let's get into pop culture. So I saw The Naked Gun. I'm going to give you my review. I give it a solid B.
Okay.
I'm glad they made the movie. I'm glad comedy is starting to come back. There are several funny moments for sure. And most of the jokes that they showed in the trailer are in the movie's first 5 minutes, which I appreciate.
All right.
But there aren't really any hilarious comedic moments, so it's entertaining but kind of forgettable. And I also think I love Leslie Nielsen so much as Frank Drebin that as much respect as I have for Liam Neeson, it just was never going to be the same. Again, I'm glad they did it. If you like that kind of movie, you should go see it. Like I said, I saw it with my son Jackson. We both enjoyed it, but my hope is this will inspire more comedies to be made.
I'm going to see it. It's interesting. You liked it, didn't love it. Sounds like for people that don't know, we assume everybody knows history, even the history of entertainment. For people that don't know, Leslie Nielsen was a very, very good dramatic actor who played this corny role to perfection in Naked Gun. Well, Liam Neeson wasn't a dramatic actor. He was an action hero. So it's different. So that, I wondered how that's a dichotomy. And I really wondered if a guy that beat up people and killed people, because Leslie Nielsen didn't do that. He was just a dramatic actor. So, but I think Liam Neeson's fantastic.
He was so good in those movies. Airplane and The Naked Gun. I mean,
but I also think Liam Neeson is for the simple movies that he made. I love him.
Oh, sure.
But I wondered how he would. I wondered how he would do his Drebin.
He is fine. I mean, it's not a knock on him. It's more just it's again, see the movie. I think you'll enjoy it. But I don't think we're going to call this one like a classic that we'll be quoting 10 years down the road. We'll get you out on our musical note of the day. Today, back in 1966, the Beatles released their 7th album, Revolver, considered by most rock historians as the band's best album. This is Eleanor Rigby.
Great song, great album, 4th for me. The 4th best Beatles. I mean, for me, the Beatles' the 4th best. Revolver's great. It's number 4 for me. So maybe I'm not a good historian. Well done as always. Back in a moment. Stay with us.
Who is it for?
The Frangie Show from the Harold and Harold studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
David Lane here, and once again, I'm happy to share news of my success with back and knee surgeries at Southeast Orthopedic Specialist. Whatever it is that's bothering you, take it from me. Simply set an appointment today at Southeast Orthopedic Specialist and let them help you get back to normal life. I'm certainly glad I did.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
You've probably heard the saying, it's not how hard you get hit, it's whether or not you get back up. Well, I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and I have a saying of my own. If you get hit with a personal injury or wrongful death, hit back and fight to make them pay. At Hastings Injury Law, we have the experience you want if you or a loved one suffer a car or trucking accident or wrongful death. Just call 904-HIT-BACK and we'll help you get up and hit back. Office is Jacksonville.
Tailgaters parking season passes are on sale now. Secure your Jaguar season parking today. Enjoy indoor restrooms, a full-service bar and grill, access 4 hours before kickoff. Visit tailgatorsparking.com and book your space today.
Prosser here for Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Football season finally upon us, and with that comes cooler weather. If you've been wanting to upgrade your outdoor living space, you should call the experts at Lifetime Enclosures now. From glass lanais to screened-in enclosures, Lifetime Enclosures and Flooring is the best in the business, so give them a call today. Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Showroom just off Phillips Highway. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwood Jewelers. Clayton, why is it that when you look at how long a store has been in business, that it always seems to be the stores like Underwood's that sell fine quality that have been around the longest?
Frank, that's a question that really doesn't get asked a lot, but it should be. There are a number of reasons, but probably the biggest is because of the endorsements our longtime customers and their pieces of jewelry have given us through the years. You see, when you sell really fine quality jewelry, that piece will last longer and always stay beautiful. It might stay in the same family for generations, and through those years of wear, a lot of compliments will be made and a lot of people will be told where the piece of jewelry came from. You see, at a store like Underwood's, it's our stated goal to be the best jeweler in the South, not the biggest, so everything we do and carry has to help move us toward that goal. And ultimately, it's the satisfied customers wearing fine quality jewelry that have kept Underwood's in Jacksonville since 1928.
Underwood's in San Marco, Avondale, and the shops of Ponte Vedra.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
It's a Nimnick Tuesday on The Frangie Show. Nimnick, your friends in the car business since 1941.
You know, I got to tell you, we do thank our friends from Nimnick. And I don't mind talking a little music when Bowie's playing, because I love Bowie. But you did on headlines. You ended with the Beatles. It is freaking amazing. If you think about how much, and this, I know this is a no duh comment. I mean, I get it. I'm not breaking any news here, but sometimes stuff just tends to wow me. If you look at the amount of great stuff the Beatles had. Great stuff the Beatles had. It's ridiculous. The Eagles have 25 songs you can hum. Elton John's got 25 songs you can hum, right? The Beach Boys have 15, 20 songs you can hum. The Beatles have 70. You ever think about that?
It's amazing.
They
only were together for 6 years.
Yeah, well, they were of significance 64 through 69. You know?
Wow.
So, but you think about that, JJ?
Dude, they have an album that's 27 number one hits.
Yeah, 27 number one. Think about that for a second, okay?
That's what got me into the Beatles, by the way, that when I was a kid, my parents had that CD, and it has all those hits, and it was just like, man, these guys are...
Again, Billy Joel's got 30 songs that I know and like. You know, the Beatles have 75, or whatever the number is. It's really, by the way, JJ, my list was Abbey Road, Sgt. Pepper, White Album, and then Revolver. So, but
can't argue with that.
Can't go wrong. There's no wrong answer. So, but it's really amazing how much stuff
I was just listening to Long and Winding Road this morning. It was stuck in my head all day, and it's like that's a song you never hear.
Right, but it's fantastic.
Yeah,
it's fantastic. Hey, JJ, so Luka gets a 3-year $165, right?
Pretty good.
Yeah, it is really good. So what?
Could have been better though.
So what do you? LeBron's going to play next year. Austin Reeves. Do they have any good players? Can they?
They got Ayton as a center. That was like their thing in the playoffs. If you remember, they had a good team, but they literally had zero center after they traded Anthony Davis.
They tried to get the guy from Charlotte,
and then they backed out of it because of some health concerns.
Right.
So they have Ayton, which I don't know about. They got Marcus Smart, who's a great defensive player. I think they're going to be good. I would expect them to be a top 3 seed in the West next year. When it comes to the playoffs, man, it's a crapshoot.
Yeah.
I have no idea. But Luka's got a new body, apparently.
Yeah,
that's the talk of the league. Yeah.
Well, you saw it the other day when he signed, and when he was
looks good.
He does look good. He was on Good Morning America or something. He looked good, but LeBron and Luka together last year were 16-7 in games they both played.
Wow.
So that's not bad.
No.
16-7. I mean, it's not 22-1.
Oh, you definitely take that over an 82 game.
Yeah, correct. So I hope that, again, for a guy that doesn't follow it closely, I think that would be a cool way for LeBron to end it.
I hope he stays in LA and ends it like that instead of, I don't even know.
And again,
goes to 2 more teams over the next couple of years and tries to ring chase or something. I don't know.
Yeah, Rich Paul, who's the agent, the Clutch Sports guy, he made the comment that, hey, we understand the Lakers are rebuilding and LeBron wants to win now, not rebuild. So that implied that he was leaving. But then he was outspoken. He very, very complimentary. And then he didn't show up. He wasn't at the Luka press conference. And like 8 other players were.
Right.
And then they took the trip to Vegas, and he didn't do any of that. But then he came out and said he's very supportive of it. I'll bet he stays. I would
be shocked if he didn't.
Yeah, me too.
I thought the statement by Paul was more of like, hey, you really need to put some pieces in place for us to win now because we don't have a lot of time.
Yeah, good point.
I never took it seriously that he was willing to be traded.
That's a great point. It might not have been he's
some
leaving.
People thought that.
It might have been go get us some guys. But I think that would be a cool way. I'm a big LeBron fan. I think LeBron, Luka on one of the most traditional teams in sports, winning one more title. He won the COVID title, but winning a real title.
Adam Silver would just Oh my goodness.
So you told me stuff I didn't even know they had Marcus Smart. I didn't know that. I knew they went and got Ayton because they couldn't get the Charlotte guys. Andrew, it'll be fun to watch. All right, let's take a break. We'll be back to wrap the program after this.
The Frangie Show from the Harold and Harold studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
This is Brent Musburger's Visa in Action update on 1010XL. Brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. When you're stuck, call the Duck. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
The FedEx Cup playoffs on the PGA Tour begin on Thursday at TPC Southwind in Memphis. It's the St. Jude Classic. 70 golfers competing for 50 spots in next week's BMW Championship, which would lead to the Tour Championship for the season finale. Hideki Matsuyama is the defending champion, and the betting favorite to win the tournament is Scottie Scheffler. World number 1 is at plus 280. Xander Schauffele plus 1,400 to win at St. Jude's. Tommy Fleetwood plus 2,200. Justin Thomas plus 2,500. Ludwig Oberg of Sweden also at plus 2,500. Earn cash back on your gaming transactions with the GBank Signature Visa Card at vsin.com/GBank. I'm Tony Desiri with your Visa in Action update on 1010XL.
Got a clogged drain that just won't quit? It's time to bring in the pros. Duck Duck Rooter.
I called Duck Duck Rooter for a clogged kitchen drain. They showed up fast and had it cleared in no time. No mess, no stress.
We've seen it all. Grease clogs, hairballs, mystery goo from the deep. Whatever's blocking your pipes, we'll get it flowing again. Call 904-862-6769 now to schedule your drain cleaning service. That's 904-862-6769 or online at duckduckrooter.com. When you're stuck, call the Duck.
Florida heat hitting like a heavyweight? Time to call in the champ. KO Electric and HVAC. We knock out the heat and power up your comfort. Fast, reliable, and undefeated in home service. KOElectricJacks.com. KOElectricJacks.com.
They were right. It could have waited. I can't believe it happened to me. Reaching to check my phone. Now my family has to hear that I'm never coming home again.
Officer?
I'm so sorry. I have some very sad news to share with you.
Every day, 9 people on Florida roadways don't make it home. I was one of the people that didn't make it home.
Ride with Do Not Disturb. Every trip, every time. Let's get everyone home safely. A message from Florida Department of Transportation, Target Zero. For more information, visit targetzerofl.com.
I'm Frank Frangie. I told you my daughter Amber has tried Awaken 180. Man, has it worked. You ready for this? After 3 weeks and change, she's lost 22.5 pounds. You should give it a try. 844-346-1800 or visit awaken180weightloss.com.
Let's get the work done.
Training camp is here.
Up, quick feet, quick feet, quick feet.
1010XL's training camp coverage is backed by Roland Reach Plumbing and Green Acres Sporting Goods.
Go, here we go. Let's go. It's live now. Let's go.
I-9 Sports covers the First Coast with all kinds of sports for kids ages 3 to 17. Fall and winter registration is open right now, like girls volleyball at Duval Charter Bay Meadows, plus plenty of co-ed programs in the Tri-County area to keep your kids active. And being part of a team creates great camaraderie and commitment. Year-round sports all across the First Coast. St. John's, Duval, and Clay, sign up now for the fall and winter. It's all at i9sports.com. Enter 1010 in the promo code for a discount. That's i9sports.com.
Hey folks, Mike Dempsey here for Dandy Foods, a Jacksonville family business for nearly 70 years. Heck, I've been talking about them for over a decade. The Thompson family secret, Dandy is never frozen. Always fresh baked bread with quality meats and cheeses. No dry, crumbly subs here. Only soft and tasty deliciousness. When I see that logo with the little guy with the cane on the label, it tells me I'm getting a trusted brand and a quality sandwich. So do what I do. Stop in at a Circle K and make yours a Dandy today.
Maxed out on credit cards, struggling with high interest debt? You could pay it all off in days with Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan. Hey, it's Prosser here. Get cash out now without touching your low-rate first mortgage. No appraisals, no waiting, no BS. The Rapid Equity Loan Program at Loan Pronto is amazing. One Loan Pronto client just got $300,000 approved in under 24 hours. They paid off debt, renovated their kitchen, and cut their monthly expenses by $1,800. That's a huge turnaround. Instant approvals, low rates, no hard credit pull up front. That's Loan Pronto. Listen, your home equity is yours. Use it. Get cash to consolidate your debt down to one easy, low monthly payment. Call Loan Pronto now for a free instant appraisal for your home and see how much cash you can get today. Loan Pronto is an A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau and have nearly 2,500 5-star Google reviews. Call now and start the conversation. Go to loanpronto.com or call 999-1508. That's loanpronto.com.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville. I always brag on what you guys have on-road and off-road. But, Greg, tell everybody about what's happening on the water, because you got loads of opportunity.
We do. We've got lots of boats in stock. We got the Honda 19-foot Fisher Runabout. We've got the Coach pontoons, all of them with that legendary Honda motor and legendary Honda reliability, which you always want when you're out on the water.
You could be cruising along the Intercoastal or out on the ocean, but check it out. Facebook page ready for all of you to see. Cycles of Jacksonville or their showroom on Atlantic near Regency.
Hey, Hicken here. Tired of glasses or contacts? Discover customized vision solutions at Bowden Eye & Associates. Dr. Bowden's team offers cutting-edge options like Evo implantable Collamer lenses or refractive lens exchange and classic LASIK, designed to fit your life. Picture perfect vision for reading, driving, or just enjoying the day. It's easier than you think. Call now for your free screening. Bowden Eye & Associates, they're keeping the First Coast focused.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the cool down from the cool guys at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing. Fast, reliable, and honest service since '87.
All right, today in the program, we talked more Jaguars. That's what we always do around here. Talked about a practice. Wasn't as sharp a practice to the offense. We talked about that today. Talked about the defensive guys stepping up. Jordan Lewis among them. Man, he's been good. And Hayes had a one-on-one with Foyer Oluokun, the middle linebacker, back to middle linebacker. Imagine that he wasn't doing that. So we have him. He was on the air today. That was a good interview. We appreciate that. Travis Hunter, I made the comment today. I did not believe that until now. I now think he's going to start on both sides of the ball. I think he's going to be a starting cornerback and a starting receiver. I really believe he'll be out of the game some plays, but for the most part, I think he'll be there. We talked about Teddy Bridgewater to the Bucs. We talked about Luka's new deal in the basketball world. And we've had a fun stuff and a little college football as well, the pressure on Gunner Stockton. A lot of fun topics today on the program, so it's kind of fun to go through all that. Now the big news of the day, and I know you've been focusing on this so much so that you might even consider being the campaign manager. Derek Dooley is running for Senate in Georgia.
Just what we need.
Is he going to wear the orange and white striped pants? Remember the striped pants? You got to wear striped pants, don't you, Derek Dooley?
It was so bad. Derek Dooley, I mean, and this is not, I have no idea politically. I don't pay attention to that stuff. But I can tell you that he's got one of the most infamous sound bites I've ever heard when Tennessee can't beat anybody and Derek Dooley goes on this tangent about how his team has no shower discipline. Do you remember that?
I do. I had forgotten until you just said it.
Yeah. And that was when I think Volunteer fans knew we've got the wrong guy.
Might have the wrong guy.
Yeah. His dad was great at this.
Yeah.
He is not.
But Derek Dooley is running for. I've thought about this. I mean, so Tuberville is already in politics. A lot of people thought Saban might get there. I was trying to think what coaches do I think would do it.
Well, didn't Nebraska's Osborne, wasn't he something?
He was.
Yeah,
he was probably like one of the first guys.
Yeah, he was in for a long time.
Was he a senator?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
You know what I wonder? Urban in Ohio. I bet Urban could run for. I bet I could see him wanting to do it. Could you see that? I'm thinking of all these other coaches. I can't think of any others that I've covered or watched.
I can definitely see Urban winning in Ohio.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean,
whether he'd want to do that, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know him that well, but I'm trying to think of all these coaches. Who else could you think
He
of?
seems slimy enough to be a politician.
I don't think he'd have any issue with that.
No, I mean, he's always, he talks like politicians talk.
Yeah.
He's got his tough guy persona, and he just seems like to me he'd be the guy. If there'd be one guy that we've covered,
it's a good call.
In college or pro or anything, I mean, Spurrier or Bowden were never going to do it. None of the Jaguar coaches other than it would have done it, right?
I mean, I'm sure Kirby Smart could win whatever election he wanted to win in Georgia.
But he's not that guy.
But he's got 7 more national titles to win before he thinks about politics.
He's not that guy. Let's say a little Rick Ballou.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnicht. Nimnicht Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnicht Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
I'll bet if Urban Meyer ran, Rick, you'd vote for him, wouldn't you?
Oh, hell yeah.
Maybe you'll get lucky and Mike Norvell will enter politics and resign in Tallahassee.
Where would Mike Norvell? Would he run in Arkansas?
Yeah, I guess. Memphis?
Where would maybe Memphis? Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, who knows with Mike Norvell. But by the way, they're going to be here in 48 hours. There'll be 0 coverage.
Yeah.
Wow. None. Zip. Zilch.
So they're coming, but you can't go see them.
Can't go see. I had someone today, a fan, be like, can Florida State fans go out and watch them? The media can't even go out and watch them. Okay?
That's
He's that desperate. He's blaming everyone else. And let me tell you something right now. What this is going to do is create massive leaks. I've already heard from 2 people who will be in attendance.
Right.
Okay? There's moles everywhere.
We need to sneak out there.
There's sources everywhere. You know what? I may dress as a Florida State football player and actually go out there. I could probably get away with it with the guys they actually have on this team. But I mean, I
was going to wear the camo. I mean, the stuff under the eyes, the whole bit. Blue's got a better idea. Yeah. He's going to be the starting center.
This is the wrong way to go about business because you bring out alumni, you bring out big boosters, you bring out former players.
Right. Of course.
They tell someone, and instead of just allowing it, now you're going to have this and this and this. Well, you notice that nothing's coming from the local beat because they're petrified. They don't want to put their names on it. The fact that they don't have access.
And to your point, why do it if you're not going to let people come watch? Yeah. Well, why not just stay in Tallahassee? What do you gain from? I mean, because I'll say this: I've gone out to them. I know you have too. It's a cool little vibe. They don't go to the big soccer stadium, Hodges Stadium. They go to this little fields kind of, and it's a cool vibe.
It is, and I was hoping to do both. And
yeah. So okay.
We didn't get a chance to go out there and watch them stretch.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you going to miss in stretch? I mean, look at the flexibility on that kid. He's a 2-star out of
they can be good.
Oregon.
They can be good. I'm serious question.
No idea. No. I mean, no one's seeing them practice,
and they're all new players,
right?
So you don't know them.
They're going to have 5 transfers on the offensive line.
Yeah,
who have no experience playing with one another.
Richie Leonard, who's terrible, is one of them. He said, one we know is terrible. 5 redshirt
senior transfers on the offensive line. Chemistry, continuity, camaraderie. I mean, it's just all going to come together right there.
What's going on tonight?
Not that.
Not that.
Okay, I'm done with that. And for another week or so. Speaking of the offensive line, boy, I think that's the question right now. You got to find the 5 best.
Yeah.
What are they going to do? I talked to John Oshert about this a month ago. We all know what that set line looks like, and he made a good point. He thought that there'd be one change. I tend to agree with that. Does it feel like Edoga maybe the best offensive lineman out there so far?
He would probably be the biggest surprise, the most pleasant surprise of the 90 guys in camp. based on what your expectations were before. They really like him.
I think you got to keep him out there.
Yeah, they really.
So we're going into all that.
Yeah, all right, coming up. All right, thanks, Rick. And he has. He's probably been as good as anybody that they've had out there. Folks, that's our program. Don't go anywhere, though. Rick Beluga's into the night right now. We're out here tomorrow. Same bad time, same bad channel. For Hayes and JJ, I'm Frank Frangie. So long.